All right, we're live. And look at that. The sun is right in my face. How do you like them apples? It's like a, look at that white out. I wore my hat just so that the sun will be out of my eyes, but I think it's coming from the, no, maybe it's coming from that window. Maybe it's coming from that window. Gotta figure out what side the sun's coming in at. I'll give it a couple minutes, wait for you guys to join us. Hopefully, get a couple folks joining us. I figured I'd start a Alexa stop. There you go. See, I got Alexa helping me out, make sure I get the live stream times started right. So a friend of mine has suggested to go ahead and reverse the video so that I can get my left from my right straightened out, but I can't see that on the live stream where that would happen. But if you guys know, by all means, let me know. But I'll start up talking here in a few minutes. But I wanted to take this opportunity just to talk to you guys about the content creation for YouTube and just to see what your experiences have been and your input and to get some dialogue going back and forth. But we'll give that a few minutes yet. But some funny experiences, and I may repeat this if somebody joins me here, but it was funny today. I was down at the grocery store. I got some odds and ends that we needed, but I was in the self checkout line. And I happened to look at how they have the computer. If you're at the self checkout, so you're checking out your groceries, you're scanning them in, and they've got a camera set up so that it sees above you, make sure that you're not ripping them off. So I'm there at the checkout. I happen to see the video in front of me. So, and I don't have this hat on, so I've got the hat off, and I look down from up top. Now I've got a little friar tuck here in the back, totally bald. And here I am. I get to see my totally bald spot there, so that was kind of funny. The other thing I noticed that I had started to see, well, I picked up while I was down there. I picked up some mozzarella sticks, just a small package. My daughter was home this afternoon, so I figured, let me bring this home and we'll cook those up and we'll share them together, have a little treat. So I cooked them up, and they were cooking about 5 minutes aside, and then you're supposed to flip them over and do the thing. Well, I came over not at 5 minutes on the second round, but at 6 minutes, and wouldn't you know, those puppies had drained all the cheese out of the mozzarella sticks, and all of the cheese went all over the pan, and a lot of the mozzarella sticks were just hollow shells of breadcrumbs and what have you. So it was hysterical. Just here. So I gave some to her. I ate a few of them, but it was very disappointing. But hey, for $2, we figured. And I said to her, I said, well, there we go. I should have recorded that for YouTube to share it as one of those video shorts and let people have a laugh on me. So anyway, figured that would be kind of funny. And also, my brother had asked me, so he got at me about talking about my suspenders last time on the last YouTube feed, and he says, what in the world are you embarrassing yourself on YouTube? And on the last feed, if you didn't catch it, I was talking about why in the world I would wear suspenders. Now, I'm not worried about embarrassing myself on YouTube. Whatever. If I embarrass myself, why not? If I could bring a smile to a moment of your day, watching my feed, and what the heck, then so be it. But I wear these things because it keeps my pants on. And yes, but that is the second time I'm talking about this. But it's true. I wear them so that I keep my jeans on, and which is a good thing when you bring groceries in the house. Not to be walked to the kitchen with 2 bags of groceries, you can imagine, and all of a sudden, whoop, everything drops down. So anyway, that's the truth. But this one's for you, Dee and Doug. At least I wasn't wearing a bathrobe while these things fell down. So I don't have the bathrobe thing down yet. But Doug, you got me beat on that one. So Anyway, just having some fun here. Got to watch Buzz's Garage this afternoon. Uh, Ran into Rick's retirement journey. Appreciate him. Learning more about how to set up things on the YouTube environment. Learning that I could actually recommend some of these guys' video channels who have been a great inspiration to me, and I really appreciate all of them. So, I just, for all of those who watch afterwards who are subscribers, I do appreciate you very much. And to any of my family members that happen to watch this, I apologize profusively. You can pretend that you don't know me, that I'm just some senile little guy that you might have met once, but you don't have to own up to knowing me. So that's for you, Candy. Anyway, I hope you get a laugh out of that one. But anyway, uh, yeah, so things have been going great on YouTube. I find it very interesting. It's fascinating looking at the YouTube analytics on where your people who watch your videos come from, and I just found it fascinating. I've been on probably YouTube about, I'd say about a little better than a month. I started the last part of January. I'm sorry, July. And I looked at the analytics after a month, and I actually had some people from Vietnam. Now they didn't stay out long, probably because they couldn't understand a word it said. And I learned that there are things that you can set up translations. I had no idea, so maybe I'll look into that. So I'm hoping if one of the fellow content creators joins here, that I can actually talk with them, or maybe I'll try this again. But I've had people from Mexico show up onto the channel. And new subscriber from England. Thank you so much for joining our channel. I do appreciate you joining us. I'm sorry that I don't remember your name at the moment, but I appreciate you joining, and all those who have joined the channel. This is a journey. As the channel grows and as I learn more about what the heck I'm doing, because obviously I'm not an expert here. I'm just a simple country computer programmer that is learning a new tool. So anyway, and I haven't figured out how to reverse the video on YouTube. So, Darlene, if you're watching, sorry about that. I'm still kind of screwing that up, but we'll work with it. So, yeah, it's been quite the adventure. I'm so pleased. The channel has grown. Obviously, I would love to have it grow much further, but I want to keep it real here, guys. I don't want this to be a channel solely about my opinions. You know, my opinions are worth about what they're worth, my opinions. And what I say isn't necessarily the gospel. These are my opinions. Can I tell you? These are my opinions. So it doesn't matter. And I respect where you're coming from. We all bring something different to the table, and I appreciate that. And if you're looking at this afterwards and just jot down some things in the comments, hey Tim, it'd be great if you talk about this or that. Always looking for new ideas. I want to keep it relevant. I am a 62-year-old male now. I am retired as of 2023. I was a computer programmer in the hospital information systems market. I was a a computer programmer for some major players in the market, and it was an amazing journey. But done a lot of things. Didn't necessarily achieve everything I ever wanted to. But I'm very thankful for the career that I had. I'm very thankful not to be working. Can I tell you, it's overrated. Retirement is underrated. I'm sorry. Did I say overrated? Oh my goodness. That's that's my friend who thinks it's all right. Underrated. Yes. Stick with the title thing. Underrated. Retirement is underrated. Yes. So, yes, it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful being retired, working around the house, getting to spend time with people, watching other content creators' videos, and just seeing how they create content. And then just, it's been a very positive community. Yes, I get some advertisers that, want to help me grow my channel and help me be the next superstar, but, that's all the garbage that you get and expect to get from the channel. But there have been those of you who have been wonderful, who have been very encouraging, positive uh, thought thought and feedback. So I really appreciate that a ton. And so I'm thankful for you guys. It is a journey. Now you can see here on the side of, oh, look at that, retired. Hey guys, oh, that makes me so happy. Thank you so much. You know, it, it gets old talking to myself after a while. Now I'm so thankful that you guys are here to help me along. But yes, hello guys. I love you. You guys have a great, and you know what? When I was watching Buzz's retirement channel this afternoon, and you know, I'm standing up for you. I love the tie. I think the tie is a great business decision for your morning meetings. And, hey, you know, this is coming from a guy who wears suspenders, so hey, just to tell you, I think you guys are great. Um, and the encouraging thing is, I want you guys to know. I was talking to my wife. Now, retirement is underrated. It could be a plural. It could, yeah, wear a different tie next time. I ditched all my ties. I used to wear ties. I hated it. Oh my goodness, I did hate it. I loved working at home. I didn't have to wear a tie. But I talked to my wife, and she made Pat pop on one of these videos because I said, "Honey, honestly, retirement's underrated. We could be a duo." Honestly, it's her picture on there with me with the icon. She's a wonderful woman. By the way, she's the smarter of the two of us. Much smarter than me. She is still works. I am what I forget who mentioned it one time, but I thought it was hysterical. He said, "Well, you sound like a kept man." Yes, I am a kept man, and I had to look at that up on the analytics, or what do you call it, the AI, the latest thing. And coming from a computer programmer, guys, AI is a little bit overrated. Give it time. But anyway, I asked her, "What is a kept man?" It's a man who stays at home while his wife works and gets benefits. So I am a kept man. And so I'm trying to behave myself as a kept man. I am looking forward to the day that my wife can join me in retirement. She worked, just to give you a little bit of the dynamics that we came from. We have two children. If you didn't pick up already. My son is 27, and let's see, sounds great to Jack. I'm not sure what Jack is, but anyway, you know, Lisa stayed at home while we had uh, two kids at home, and she was a full-time mom. Honestly, I think, and me going to work. And we had to cut back a lot and we had to do things differently. But I think she had the tougher job. I mean, she had to deal with the day stuff with raising the kids, and she did a wonderful job. They're great. And, like I said before, I lucked out. I really did. They're two wonderful children. My daughter's a graphic artist. She's looking for a job. She's got an internship now. It's a tough job market, so she's trying to get into things. And my son's doing some ministry work. God bless him. I've done that myself. This is not a religious channel, so don't worry. Won't get into that. But he has a heart for people, and God bless him. He's doing much better. I'm just, I have German heritage, by the way. So you can tell how much patience I've got. German heritage. Can you imagine that? Somebody with German heritage being in the ministry? Ach, the Liebe. That would kill him. Let's see. We've retired. Feels like it's such a different chapter. We both had full time jobs like you. We both had two kids. Yeah. Oh, so you had two kids in school? Yes. Yeah. My wife is still working. So, we're hoping to relocate eventually and get down to Myrtle Beach. But, and then she can retire full time and keep me alive. So, and that's a full time job by itself. So, not a lot to handle. But I've been working around the house, fixing stuff. And I write a mean check for somebody to fix the things in the house because I was a computer programmer. And when it comes to working with my hands and fixing things, oy vey, not a good thing. But anyway, yeah, so you have much more free time. Yeah, and the free time is wonderful. I do worry sometimes just even about fixing the house and getting everything ready. I was kind of talking to my realtor today a little bit just about what we've done. And I said, gosh, we spend so much, and Just want to be careful we don't spend too much. Luckily, we're in a market that is good. We're in one of those rare markets that's good, so I think we'll be okay. But this YouTube journey has been wonderful. Buzz, thank you, Buzz, for recommending it to me. I was, just one of those guys who watched and comment, but now that I've tried it, I love it. Let's see. We strongly support hiring professionals to make it. My goodness, this deal. Yes. Oh, I just know what I don't know. We put on let's see, we put on a deck on the house. We put a big old deck out the side yard. I point the camera over there. Beautiful. And that actually came from a realtor. It's funny. I sold a piece of computer equipment on let's see, this Nextdoor app. It had a little computer switch. Well, it turns out a realtor bought it, and I was telling the realtor, I said, look, one, I had him do an evaluation of the house, but two, I said, it's really tough to find people. He says, well, my son is in trades. So I took a chance. I hired him. Boy, is that guy good. Oh my goodness. He is meticulous as I would share his name, but I want my work done first, so I'm not going to share it. So there. I told him, and I told this guy that I said, no, so and so, I'm not going to share your name until you finish with all my stuff, and then I'll share your name to here to the high moon and back. So, it's so get my work done here. I'm going to be very selfish and get that done, and then I'll recommend. The guy's meticulous. He's done a wonderful job. In fact, I just had his dad over, who's a realtor, and I showed him everything his son has been doing. But you got to keep all of that in check too. Is that you can't go too crazy fixing the house up as to do too much. But I think the big guy upstairs has been taking care of us a lot, so I'm very thankful for that. So you know, with this feed, so retirement with a full heart at home, you know, like what I'm discovering, it's like a new adventure. I've, I just learned just today, that I can add actually a section in my page that recommends other channels. And by the way, I just put you guys in. So you and Rick's retirement journey and Buzz's retirement garage, and then of course Steve, can't forget Steve. You're all in there. So you're on my, for what it counts for, you guys are on my recommend channel. So yeah, it's a learning process, but I'm so excited to see that because I saw it on other people's channels. And I'm like, how in the world did they get that in there? So, I looked up on YouTube how to do it, and I figured it out, and so I put it in there. Um, but it's been a journey, and of course, I set up a separate email. If you haven't caught on, the email in my channel is actually a secondary I use because it was recommended not to use your primary email that the YouTube channel is hooked up to for just for security purposes. So that email you see is just one for questions and inquiries. So that's actually not where this YouTube video is, but I'm glad I did that because I got started to get spammed. I don't know if did you guys get spammed with a bunch of guys who were going to be so helpful and make you the next YouTube star? Let's see, we originally had turned YouTube because we couldn't find anything good to mention. Yeah, the good old sitcoms. Oh my gosh. When we grew up, it was incredible. I mean, All in the Family. Yeah, that's that's a real American channel there. No, we didn't get spam too much. Thank goodness you. I only got 2 or 3 emails and I deleted them. I deleted the comments off the channel. I didn't want people getting sucked into that. But really 99.9% of the comments that I've gotten have been very positive from creators in the community. Evie's channel and Buzz, obviously Steve's Retirement Corner. And Steve has 2 channels, as I discovered. I happened Steve's Retirement Corner and Steve's Corner. Now, what's funny is I was watching his video and I put a comment on there. He hasn't responded yet, but Steve's Corner, which was different from Steve's Retirement Corner, he films it in the same location, but he forgot to remove the little sign that was behind it that says Steve's Retirement Corner. In another video, he was wearing a T-shirt that said Steve's Retirement Corner on Steve's Corner channel. So I kind of laughed, and but he's a great guy. He's wonderful. But the channel, the the, the neighborhood or community, whatever you want to call it, they've been wonderful, and I've learned so much. I finally got a. I have to test it out, but I caught a little mic, microphone called Hollyland. So there's two microphones, and I haven't tried tested it out. I still have to test it out, but one of them goes to like USB-C, and whoops, yeah, I'll get this hand motion right. One goes to a USB-C, and the other goes to an Apple phone. So I'm going to try it out. I got them because they were cheap. The the good ones, which most of you use, are like $200-300, and I'm just poor folk. So I went with the $69 option, which hopefully works out well. Otherwise, Tim's going to return this. That would be bad advertisement for Hollyland. So Hollyland, if you're watching, I hope it works. And follow the link and email. Maybe I'll do a sponsored video. How you like that? Anyway, so we'll try those out. Maybe I'll do a live or something with that. Let's see. We are not definitely audio experts. Yeah, you guys use microphones. I think you use a better one. Is it? The name is escaping me. There's a name that's well known. Um, but so I'm trying new things out, and yeah, as far as sitcoms in the '70s, oh my goodness. Let's see, I was a Brady Bunch watcher. Of course, Mr. Rogers. You had to. Oh, DJI. That's right. Yeah, those. And honestly, the only reason why didn't get DJI is because I was too cheap. I'm still trying this thing out with YouTube, and my daughter. We paid for a lot of her college, going through community college, and then paid a lot of her college expenses, and really helped out our kids as much as we could as far as getting cars. And, oh yeah, they got a great deal. So, but I didn't. We're doing so much that I want to spend as little as possible. So we'll spend more as time goes on. But so I asked, like a good, and I learned early, guys. I made this mistake early, and I'll share this on YouTube. My brother gave me a hard time. I come from a family of five boys, okay? Five boys. I'm the baby of the family. My middle brother gave me a hard time and says, "What is wrong with you?" That's an open book. But, what's wrong? He his wife caught the video where I was talking about my suspenders, and they're there just to keep my pants from falling down around my ankles. And yes, they do. And that's why I wear them, because they're the only thing that keep my pants straight up and on. Uh, If and I said to him, I said, honestly, Cliff, if my, oh, I'm sorry, I mentioned his name. That is my middle brother's name. So, yeah, that's okay. I'll talk about all that's wrong with me. We could have a laugh on me. That's fine. Honestly, what have I got to? I have nobody to impress. And yes, they fall down. And yes, it was funny because I'm carrying two grocery bags going to the kitchen with my pants around my ankles. Not a pretty sight. I'm not the man I used to be. So now I wear these. And by the way, I've got a white pair, a black pair, white pair, black pair, and a blue pair, I believe. So the white pair is for special occasions. And then I've got these. I mean, I look like Santa Claus with these on. So, why not? Yeah, I love them. Except these things, I keep on having to adjust them so that it keeps the tension up. I don't want anything dropping where it shouldn't be dropping. So yeah, all of the old sitcoms. You guys remember? Oh gosh, like the Jeffersons, and then What's Happening? Remember JJ Carter? They were living in. Oh gosh, they were living in the projects. I guess it was in Chicago or New York. And then there was Chico and the Man, and then of course I go back to, let's see, what was the one where it was from the 1960s where they had little cubes that would show up. I'm drawing a mental block, but it'll come to me. It had a bunch of different things. stars with it, or Hollywood Squares. Who could ever forget Hollywood Squares with all the cast of characters on there? Oh my gosh, Hollywood Squares, and who was always in the middle? Here's a quiz. Who was always in the middle square? Who was hysterical? Let's see if you can remember who was always in the middle of the square. Let's see if we can. Oh, we think we watched them all. I did probably watch them all, and I changed the channels for my father as we watched them all. I was his remote control. Remote. Yeah, because it's like, hey, change the channel. Because it was a TV with the dial changer that you would change. We never watched it. Oh, Tiger on Fire. Hey, Tiger on Fire. Oh, great. Yeah, I watched, I don't know how old you are, Tiger on Fire, but I love your videos. And, if I'm remembering right, and forgive me if I'm off on the videos, but Tiger on Fire, you have to go to his channel, guys, if you haven't gone. And he talks about, um, memories. He had a time capsule with his son. And I was so moved by, he shared, he wrote some letters to his son and talking about the career. He was a lion tamer. And, it was just, oh my goodness. Bro, bruh, bruh. That's what my daughter would say, bruh. You had me. You had me at hello. I was right with it. Because I'm the guy who will cry at the commercials. Animal Wrestler. Thank you. It wasn't I don't get lion tamer. Thank you. But that was just like, it was so moving. And I appreciate you sharing that with me because that's good stuff. And I just appreciate, those stories you share. He might have gotten mad at you, but honestly, you created such a vision in his mind. What was I going to tell? What was I going to tell? Hey, son, I'm a computer programmer. Boring. I think at one point my son wanted to be a computer programmer, but that didn't last too long. And so it was interesting, but yeah, it was great, and I hope you do well on the sale of your home. I hope the market picks up. We're going to be there eventually. Uh, we're actually fixing up the home. I kind of alluded to it before. I replaced the deck out back, the front steps. We fixed the basement up. We redid the garage. All sorts of money. It's amazing the money you can spend. But I'm so thankful. We luckily we were blessed. Let's see, retire with. Let's see, everything runs off computers these days. Nothing boring about making things work. Yeah, but honestly, guys, I came out. Well, I'm 62, so obviously I was part of the army, and so excuse me, Army Reserves, and so let me just drink something here. Thank you. Old man. Yes, and we all sound like a certain age. You get up and you make sound, and you clear your throat a whole time. So yeah, I was part of the Army Reserves in the 1980s. My wife and I got married in 1987, and I was part of the Army Reserves out of Hanscom Air Force Base in Bedford, Mass. Computer programmer. We were activated for Desert Shield, which became Desert Storm. We were married in June, end of June, and I was activated in August. So you can imagine the mess that was. But the unit got activated. I injured my back, and that was the end of that. So I've had back issues ever since. But yeah, but yeah, I was part of the army for many years. But let's see, from '85 probably to about 1991. So I'm actually one of the things Tim's got to do is register for VA disability, which scares the devil out of me. And so I've got to do that. But who knows? The army has kind of been interested with as far as what they take responsibility um, for, and so we'll see. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. My as reference, why did I join the army? Good question. Glad you asked that. I joined the army because my father was in the World War II. Yes, WW2. I was one of those baby boomers, the last of the baby boomers. And my father was in World War II. He was a gunner's mate on a destroyer, the USS Murphy. They were the first U.S. warships to the Suez Canal, and they were they actually had the King of Saudi Arabia on their boat, and you can look it up on the internet. The USS Murphy. That ship actually had the front part of the ship knocked off of it. I don't know if that's before my father was on there or not, but one of these days I'll share some pictures of him. But it was a two pipe destroyer, two pipes actually coming out for the steam and stuff. But he was young. He was just a pup when he joined, probably under 19 when he was joined. But he was in Nagasaki 3 days after they dropped the bomb. So interesting history. I'll have to share that someday. So let's see. How much is it to keep the house cost up? Oh my goodness! Let me address. Oh, and what books have I read? Well, so and what books are these? Okay, full disclosure. Okay, this book. Very excited. Tim reads very. Whoops. Let me see. Tim reads very exciting books. I actually got this when I was doing programming, and I was doing different spreadsheets with different programming, different things. So I love programming. I haven't done it since I've retired, but VBA, Excel, and that was by Bill Jelen, I believe, he's got a great YouTube channel, and also Inside Out, oop, Inside Out, Microsoft Excel programming, another exciting. That'll put you to sleep. Let's see. Oh gosh, natural weight loss. Whoops. Oh, get that out of the sun. Natural weight loss because I'm fatty. David Attenborough. Yes, I'm a right wing, uh, but I'm a green guy at heart. I love love nature and I love things and I love his videos. So I picked up a book, and that's a cool little bookmark I got. PowerShell for Windows. What geek wouldn't be reading this? So that was something I started when it worked. Here we go. Paradox of Debt. Whoops. There we go again. Good. Whoops. There we go. That one got by the Heritage Wealth Channel. So he recommended, Josh Scanlon recommended this. I still have to read it, but he said it's a good book. Another Josh Scanlon recommendation. Whoops. History of Retirement. And I actually got this. There's a thriftbooks.com. I got this at. They're really good. Yeah, thrift books. But it's really some good resources. Um, oops, there we go. Tearing the Silence of Being German. Oops, there we go. German in America. Yeah, I'm German. I'm second generation German American. So you can imagine the luggage that comes with that one. That's for another video. And then, hey, another Josh Scanlon recommend. Whoops. Woo! There we go. I'll get that reverse fixed eventually. Economic Liberties and the Constitution. That'll put you to sleep. Oh, you guys got to go. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for taking time. Hope it didn't bore you too much with stuff, but you take care. I know this has probably gone on for a while, but we'll do another live again. But those are some of the books. And let's see. What was the other question? Books I've read. And then, what was the other question? Tiger, I think you asked. Let's see, what? Straight Tiger, Fireball. Let's see, what? Books you have read. Yep, I'm a PowerShell. Yep. Uh, yeah, you do have to exercise your mind. Um, yeah, and I love Excel. I use it all the time in planning stuff, so I use it for a lot of stuff. Let's see. I'm trying to go through. What was the other? Help me out with the other question that you had. But anyway, I'm sorry if I missed it. But anyway, a lot of stuff going on. But I was hoping, and maybe I'll do a second video where we get together. Just how do you guys create your YouTube videos, or what things have you learned with the things that you're creating? Like so for Tiger on Fire, what are you using for editing your videos? I'll tell you this, that I use a tool called, it's free, it's called Kdenlive. Uh, Another channel recommended a tool that I haven't bought yet, but I've been using Kdenlive, KDEN Live. And then I use some free tools to create thumbnails, or I'm still working on thumbnails, and I'm trying to figure out. I watched one video, and I don't know how. I got to write a bunch of crib notes as to what I should do, but some people have said you should do a bunch of different language translations on your videos. Don't put hashtag things in your title. Don't overuse hashtags. Put hashtags in the description, and then obviously there's something in the YouTube thing. Pipe in if you want. Just there's something that transcribes all this stuff like I'm saying now. It'll be transcribed, and then to create a summary for your description. So Tiger on Fire. Do you know anything about that? Let's see. I'm currently using a couple. So you got the Insta360. Yeah, Eva used that, I think, and a couple DJI cameras and editing stuff. Okay. Yeah. I haven't gotten as fancy. I've got my iPhone. Right now, I'm just using my Logitech webcam. And then, of course, I picked up my Hollyland thing that I still have to test out. And then I had, which is across the room, but I have a holder for the car that I got for $17 on Amazon that will hold the phone so that when I drive, I want to do some driving videos, so that when I have this out, I can drive and do some. Let's see. There's a lot of information, but I don't think anybody. Yeah, I think you're right. YouTube has changed a lot since you started. Yeah, I've been, and so to put this up, I want to do some foliage because we're in the Northeast, so I want to get some of that. And I have a bunch of old videos about with bonfires that we've had out back here. Real some tall fires that have had out back. Uh, yeah, I think you're right. People don't really know, and it's so funny because I watch some channels. Um, there's one guy, and I've got him as a recommended channel, but I forget. There's an older fella, and he just talks about very practical. He's in his 70s, and he's very consistent. He posts every day, and I'm like, he's got a ton of subscribers. He's really resonated with the community, and I want to use this channel as a chance to express my thoughts, um, things that I've learned, and save some people from some headaches that I've learned along the way. But I'm always amazed that uh, certain channels. Let's see. I'm starting to use ChatGPT. Yeah. Okay. ChatGPT. Is that something you have to And here I am, the technical guy. There's so much. You can get so out of date so quickly. ChatGPT, Tiger on Fire. Do you have to subscribe to that? Is that a free thing, or can you tell me a little bit about that? Uh, I've been kind of leery because ChatGPT is only as good as the systems behind it and the programming that was done. So sometimes they're wrong. Yes and no. I pay about 20. Okay. What do you get from being unlocked from it? Is there a lot of extra stuff, or like I had some furniture today, like I was looking up on Microsoft 365, their AI feature, where I was trying to sell a rocking chair, an antique rocking chair, and I was asking it to tell me how much it's worth, and so, but it was a runaround. Let's see, all AI is nothing but a glorified Alexa type. Yep, brings facts and information. Yeah, and I'm a big guy. I love the Alexa stuff, and of course, it's probably chimed in right now, so it's probably listening. So let's behave. Yeah, I live, I'm the guy who asks Alexa, what's the weather for the next 5 days, all the time, and then I'll ask for weather in different areas of the country, and then if you looked at my history, I'm always asking the same things, but there's so much you can do with it that is. Let's see if you like where ChatGPT's with. All right, I'll have to check that out. I might try the free version first. I do watch a lot of podcasts. I watch like Windows Weekly. I don't Tiger on Fire. I don't know if you watch the Twit Network. Let's see, Windows Weekly, Mac Break Weekly, Leah Laporte, um, Alex Lindsay, and there's a bunch of different people on there. It's a great podcast, but I've been watching them for years, and they're quite good. Let's see, the Cream of it's a hit and miss. Who watches? I have low numbers right now. Yeah, and I've watched some of your videos. You don't deserve, dude. You don't deserve low numbers. And I love your beer, by the way. We've got similar growths. Grump old geeks. Grumpy old geek. There was a guy. Speaking of grumpy old geeks, there was a guy who did PC Magazine. What was his name? He did. He was always a grumpy guy, and he was wonderful. I haven't seen him on. Oh gosh, he used to be on the last page or two of PC Magazine, but I used to do a podcast years ago that was wonderful. But yeah, so anyway, I got sidetracked. See, it happens. So yeah, so we'll see. Gosh, I've been going so 41 minutes. Goodness. So I'm working on. I've got a. What do you, Tiger on Fire? Do you do like I've got a Google spreadsheet with a bunch of ideas that I've got on what I want to do videos on. It's funny though. A lot of my big videos, and there's only been a handful of them, and it's funny. It's so, bro, it is so bizarre. Like I was sitting in the car waiting for my wife to get our Dunkin' Donut order. We were going to do a Saturday shopping at Walmart. I posted a 20-second clip. It got 1,800 views. And then I posted one about a video of a turtle that was trying to get out of its aquarium. That I put a cute little free song that I got from YouTube soundtracks, like You'll Never Be Able to Do It. And that got 1,800 views. Yet I put something deeper and wah, wah, wah. It's just like wah, wah, wah. It's like crickets. And so, I'm hoping to implement this guy's recommendations, and maybe in another live, I'll kind of go over what I know. Let's see, I've done some shorts and got, yeah, thousands of views. It's just so weird. Hit and miss for sure. Yeah, I don't get it. And I there's got to be something behind all of this. Uh, I mean, I'm not looking to become a millionaire. I love the creativity of it, but dude, you've had some great videos, so there's just no reason you shouldn't be on fire, literally, with your channel. So, did any luck on your house yet? Did any bites? But anyway, so we'll try this again. I'm super excited. I love this live chat. I mean, Buzz does it. He's got a million people chiming in. Hopefully, eventually, we get a lot of different people in here. So I'll bring up this topic again. I was hoping Evie would jump in, but she's done a ton. Tiger, do you subscribe to Evie's channel? EVIE. Uh, I mean, not all of it's necessarily up my alleyway. She does a lot of crafts and lady stuff, but she does a great job nonetheless. So, no luck on the house for sure, Rose. Yeah, it's a weird market, Tiger. And it seems to be regionalized, and you could be in the same state, um, and it's just well. Check out my recommended channels. Evie's on there, so when you get a chance, just head over to the my channel, and I've got that new part on it, recommended stations. There's also a guy on there I watch a lot, Josh Scanlon and Heritage Wealth Plan, Heritage Wealth. Uh, he doesn't know me from a hole in the wall, but uh, we've done all right here. We've done all right. I'll talk about that in the future, but I'm debt free. I don't owe a dime, and so we're really blessed here. So, but I don't want to blow it either. So anyway, Tiger, I'm gonna probably. I guess we should probably wrap it up because it's getting on the silly point. I've been on here for 45 minutes, so we'll try it again. But where is the picture? Okay, can you put the URL in there for me? What I find is sometimes when I watch people talk about other channels, I'll look them up, and I guess what's the at symbol, and maybe you can paste the URL in there for me if you would, and also for anybody who watches the channel. Because sometimes I find it hard. Like I watch Buzz's Garage, and sometimes people will recommend channels, and I can't find it. And it's too bad for those channels, but it's also, it's tough. So one thing I like to do here is I get those. I'm gonna try as we graduate and actually make it out of the kindergarten class. Um, let's see, he's just starting on it's more your age. Yeah, old guy age. Okay, I'm just kidding. So yeah, so I'll try live soon, but hey Tiger, let me know if there's anything that you think I should be doing a video on that you think would be good. Um, but and any suggestions, by all means, really. It's new territory I'm in, but I appreciate you, man. And let's see, I'm 54. Another one. Yeah, well, amen. If you're 54 and retired, you're way ahead of what I was. At 59 and a half, I was so stressed out from work and the computer field. It was awful. And healthcare information systems. And, no, I think I picked up from your channel. You were you were networking, so you were on the networking side of things. So, and that's not easy either. Um, I was on the software healthcare information systems. Let's see, best thing is Justice Watch. Yeah, and I've been doing that. I watch it. Hey, I steal from the best of them. I mean, honestly, I don't steal, but I, I look at an idea and then that concept. I'll write an idea. I'm like, hey, what's my take on this? Or maybe I could spin it this way. But yeah, we'll give that a try. But man, I appreciate you. I'm going to sign off now, but I hope you have a great night. I hope you're enjoying some time with your wife. And, uh, for the other folks who joined us, thank you so much. Just always reinvent yourself. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to reinvent myself constantly. But I want to stay true too. And, oh no, don't be sorry that it was late. You're talking to the king of chat. I mean, I'm retired, so I've got all the time in the free world. So, uh, never a problem. I love chatting. Believe me, it means a lot. So, hey, best wishes to you. You have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye. Until the next time.